Hey everyone, it's Son of Beast here as the NBA playoffs are about to continue here in the first and second round. Is the next stop to be here for the next matchups in the bracket. The conference semifinals is in between the Western Conference and the Eastern Conference. Final four teams will be heading into the conference finals of the championship game before heading into the finals. Now, let's get started. Me and Me phone standing by for the pregame show. It's coming up next. Hello everyone, this is the second day of the conference semifinals. And right now at this instant, the next doubleheader of this matchup is on. The Celtics and Sixers. Rematching for Game 4 back in Philadelphia. Right at this moment, the Sixers are trying to find an answer to try to get themselves on the board. Celtics have already won 3 games, 2 at home and 1 in away. So this could be a win or go home for Philadelphia. If they don't win and the Celtics wins, then a game will be over. And the Celtics will move on to the conference semi-finals for the championship game to face against the winning team in between the Bucks or the Cavaliers. And if they do win for the Sixers, they'll be advancing themselves to Game 5 to do it again. It might be a very tough one to keep an eye on that target, but this range won't stop here if they're going to keep on going. So now it is about that time as I send you down here at Wells Fargo as Paintbrush stands by along with Life Ray. And the third contestant, right for the commentary we have, is Ball Round Pen. We'll be back with the halftime show and the post-game show, so keep your eyes tuned for another one to keep yours on ahead. And until we meet after this game's over, then we will be heading to LA for the next meet. As right now, the next commentary I will have in here, it will be up and be announced soon. So after this game's over. So it's time now to find out who wins. Let's do it. Sixers and Celtics enjoyed your first game, the second day of the doubleheader. Welcome everyone, as right now we are in Game 4 of the Celtics and Sixers, part of the NBA coverage of the playoffs on 2K Sports. Right now with me, OJ, along with Van, we have this Ball Round Pen. Right now we have across is Allie LaForce on the sideline. Hey Allie.
Hey Brian, this Sixers team is all in. Doc Rivers saying, quote, we talked about it. We can do a lot of winning or we can try to be the winner. And being a winner is hard. That's what we want to become. We want the opportunity to be the winner. Brian, there's a difference. Back to you.
Looking good out there. Thank you, Allie. For the starting lineup of this matchup, it's a key in between of the two. That's why at this moment, Embiid on Robert Williams are the center key guards in position. He also has Marcus Smart on James Harden. Jaylen Brown with Jason Tatum and Al Horford, covered up on Melton, Harris, and PJ Tucker. And Joe Mazzulla is the 4th season head coach with the team. Now, I know what you're saying because this was the great thing that ever happened here before. This most elite team could be honestly an all-with deception run to be on South Lookout. It's strange and this one keeps on coming. They really say that this was a very tough team, and you notice, but since the rivalry matchups have happened before with the one of the great players, like Larry Bird and Julius Erving. These are the 2 legendary players here that have already played in the rival matchups. It looks like somebody else can go from here. Wow, that big banging out there, and Robert Williams receives his first personal foul. That'll be their first team foul for Boston. That is a hard one. That is going to be a very brutal injury on that one. Could almost get caught with something biting hurt. They should never be doing this like all the time. They know that James Harden is very well interest. And making that one play, all he does know, he keeps that one here right in good secret as the beard. Yeah, definitely true. James Harden really never shows up when he gives that one a good call. He's definitely a biggest star athlete, as he knows his game score. He makes the first free throw. Now, for talking for him, for James Harden, his college was bringing up in Arizona State, played for 2007 to 2009, and he was his third pick to receive the OKC Thunders with the team in the NBA draft to start in 2009. I know this was happening. I say James Harden was a little uncomfortable if he wants to go with the team. But since he started playing with Russell Westbrook in the team, they wanted something big. They are looking for him to give it off a good start, along with Kevin Durant. And of course, on the other end, we know that the only team of the game. MP makes the first block. Here's Harris, and now he's covered up by Jason Tatum. Right over to PJ Tucker for two. Easy elbow shot for PJ Tucker. He has his first bucket down in game 4. Yeah, they're saying now PJ Tucker really are doing a lot more energy than ever, regaining more control. Here's Williams, he has that screen. Brown in the corner for 3. 3-pointers off the mark. Rebounded over again to Brown. Fades the shot for the 3. With the 2. That hard rebound. Rejected by Embiid. Tatum outside. And no good for the Boston Celtics. They're losing all that shot. I know that it didn't stop us. But it all does turn out they can't lose it. Bounce pass. Oh, almost. But he just went out of bounds. That turns over to Celtics ball. Let's have a look. One more replay for Joel Embiid of the process. He's slapping his hand already. He was trying to get rid of that one. The shot quick right away. He really would have said, I got it all down. Don't mess with me. The process of the Embiid monster already showing up like you did. Well, and since in that case, it wasn't able to be doing really that well as she should. Free for Tatum. Rebounded up by PJ Tucker. That's his first rebound of the game. Here's Harden. Passes over to Melton. Melton pass over again to Harden. Face a shot over again to Melton. Melton with the drive. Scoops it in. It's started off Olden by Jaylen Brown. He will take his first rebound and now makes a spin move. Great D by Dave Melton. Harden again to Tobias Harris. Harris swings over to Embiid. Embiid back to Harris. Harris trying to move over again to James Harden. Harden back again to Harris. Down to 6 on the shot clock. Passes to Harden. Over again to Embiid. Around Williams. Good D by Williams. It's not really that complicated. Everyone's keeping an eye on that bucket score. They really are showing it off to them. They don't want that. They want to get rid of it. And they want to do is to try to find a man opening on the offensive side. It's not a big of a deal. They've done it very much that they can. Tatum on Harris. Just about 3:15 left in the first period. With the finish, and it's off the rim and it's off. PJ Tucker receiving his first personal foul, and that'll be the first team foul for Philadelphia. Jason Tatum at the line shooting 2. Yeah, he was finishing up at the roll. From University of Duke, he was able to do one of his fingertips. Try to go with the layup in easy motion out of the drive. He's off to it right now. I got a lot of it. It's not how hard you want to do. You've got to show who yourself is being confident, and they really are trying to pick up a lot of energy to get over it. First free throw. What a bad start here for Jason Tatum. Well, his fingertips is really improving it. Don't let anybody try to take over it for you. Jason Tatum has a hard one to try to convince and take his scoring opportunity run to leave it off with the mark. Tatum hits the free throw down. Here's Harden. He will take it from here from the other side of the court. Passes to Joel Embiid. Embiid passes over to Melton. Melton moving again to Tucker. Sixers are moving the ball around back and forth from into between the left to right. Melton on a crossing move. Double man finds Harris. Almost lost the ball. James Harden for the step back for 3. That three-pointer missed off the mark, and it's out over again to the Celtics ball. Here's Smart outside, covered up by Harden. Fading with the shot, holding it from the inside. Trying to pick up a run. 2 for Williams. Good D by Joel Embiid. James Harden has his second rebound with only 2:30 left. And it's not about you go for the precision to do with the rebound. You want to make that one clear. If it happens most of the time, we don't want that to get over by anybody's way. I know that PJ Tucker was making a great time out of it. He just made a good finger roll. The first timeout call will be on Boston Celtics with only 2:17 remaining in the first. Now, as for being said right now, Doc Rivers is ultimately one of his biggest legendary coach after he played his basketball. But now he's most of all turned to be one of his top seventies of the top coaches in the game. There really are being really what on is most of his career effort after he was making his on his good look of a run. After he became this most of a part of a basketball player, he went right down towards the pass. And now, this ultimately wants to get over to this game after he played for basketball many years ago. It's for a long time here that played for the college of Marquette from 1980 to 83. And sometimes, however, he was selected to be with the Atlanta Hawks. But now, his season is finished along with the other two of the Los Angeles Clippers, the New York Knicks, and San Antonio Spurs. But his coach right now, back from the past, 1999 to 2003 was the Orlando Magic that started first. And Boston Celtics was the next one in 2004 to 13. Then, in 13-20, it was the Los Angeles Clippers, but now his team is currently coaching with the Sixers. Oh, he's been a great player for the back from the past. But now, he's the biggest legendary coach. I know he was going for that. But maybe the next All-Star game could be determining if you want to go for it. Yeah, you got to give that one a good credit call because Doc Rivers, he's a legend. Hauser back to White for three. That rolls in and out, and then back to Harrell. He has his first rebound, now we'll give it over to McDaniels. We are under 2 minutes remaining in the first period, now we'll give it up to Harden. And Maxey, it's stolen by Hauser. First steal and a turnover for the Sixers. White on James Harden with a screen on Mike Muscala. Gives it up with the left drive with his finger roll as White has his first bucket. That finger roll of that one, that can be a little bit challenging if he wants to do that one. You've got to give that one a lot harder precision to go with the finish move. And that was a terrific mobile one drive for the Celtics. Maxey back over again to James Harden. With a step back for the three. Oh man, he does that! He just got a three-pointer to make a step back range. I don't know what you go for. The beard? How can you ever do the three-pointer back outside the range with the fade? That's like somebody else you never seen it going. That's what James Harden was working on. That ankle breaking really got off to a big precision. That was like the biggest one and no one has ever seen. Wow. Harden back to Maxey, now over again to McDaniels with under a minute to go. Now Harden again on the outside. Harden to McDaniels. With the fade around Hauser, and he calls for a foul. Hauser makes his first personal. That'll be in their second team foul for the Boston Celtics. He was already making a finishing drive, but he didn't really get over this.
Well, that might have been a tough one because everyone was going for it. They were really off to an automatic start. It's just not how hard you want to go with the drive. You want to finish that one? Well, it's not very that easy. And it's not okay to make that one a mistake.
Well, as we're being noticed right now, because of Joel Embiid, the process really has to call for him, as for this game, from Kansas University. His most of the game was turned out to be unbelievable that he did. But sometimes, however, he just made that one one of his first games that he was ever been holding here by his last part. From Kansas University, it's not really like Kansas State University. It's not that. But it's Kansas University that the Jayhawks remembered him. And we all noticed there, guys, he's not in Kansas anymore. Oh, yeah, I know that. But because of that one, you know, he was already been born. That was a Cameroon from the outer range of this angle. I know he was there. But when he came here in America, he was in high school. He just started here in Montreux, Florida. Yeah, you can speak to that one here. Joel Embiid is like a biggest process that everybody does. Even once after if he makes the draft in 2014. That was the start of it. Here's White covered up by Harden and now finds Hauser for three. McDaniels with the block. What a first block of a night for McDaniels in Game 4 after 2 blocks for Embiid. Then McDaniels' turn to take the block. Wow, offensive rebounding. It was all that they did. Now with a new change up here as Pritchard takes it over with the court. We're under 30 seconds, 3.3 for the shot clock for the Celtics. Finding Pritchard for three. And catch that in. That will be the first three-pointer after making a substitution. And he's like all hyped up.
He was ready to go. I mean, the offense may not be enough to try to stop him and slow it down, but hopefully that gives it up a credit.
Now passes to Niang. Over to Maxey. Maxey trying to pull it back. Right finding McDaniels over to Tyrese Maxey. Niang with the finish scoop. Around Brogdon's good. Around Williams is picking up a good look of a drive for Niang. First bucket. Brogdon for the half court. Out and reach. That ends the first quarter for the start of the Sixers up by lead. 12-6 where we left off. We'll get the second quarter when we come back after this. If you're just tuning in for the second period, we're about to start things underway. It's right now a 12-6 lead.
Just putting up a great effort. I know this was a very tough one that everyone's keeping an eye on. All they say now, one of the tough legendary teams and the players, they can definitely go for the run.
Even at that point, they all do the same. Here's Pritchard. He'll start off in the second period. Tatum for the three. That cast is in, and it goes down by 3. Right now on the left side we have is Pritchard coming up by James Harden. And it's Al Horford on PJ Tucker. Milton's checked in as right now he's covered up by Jaylen Brown. Embiid on Robert Williams and Tobias Harris on Tatum. Here's Tucker on a release. Milton for the three. That cash outside. What an excellent jump movement for Shake Milton.
He's lifting it up to his strength. I don't know what he was going to do. He just wanted to get that three for the start.
Pritchard finding Al Horford on the outside, and inside is Robert Williams. Robert Williams on Embiid. The ball's loose, and it's tipped away. As we have a report here for the sideline for Doc Rivers, it's Joel Embiid really had played over for this part, and he wasn't able to move it from here to America at that point. But for along with his head coach, his ultimate player wants to keep it going. He said, there's no time to lose it. If we go out on the war to face against the Celtics, that's what we do. We better be prepared. And this is why we are here to start their run. It's not why you start, it's about you finish it and get it done.
Well, that's hard because if it really does happen to most people, nobody wants to do this. They want to start the game from this moment. They want to just try to keep practicing and they want to give up right away. They say, no, we don't want that.
Brown on Harden. Brown for the elbow. In and out. Rebounded by Williams. Tatum on the outside for 3. Rolls in and out. And that will call the goaltending on Tobias Harris. Robert Williams will count the bucket in. Now for the substitution for the Celtics is Smart and White. Check in for Pritchard and Williams. Sixers are making a little of new changes as Harden's checked out. And right now on the court we have here is Milton. Back to Milton. Give it a bounce pass over to TJ Tucker. Pass to Milton. With the fade shot for the 2. Oh yes, he does that good. Chick Milton has 5 points in the game in game 4.
Looks like he will have to try to keep it going if he's up there.
Oh, that big foul called on Joel Embiid. That will be his first. Jason Tatum does not like that. Well, you can say what reaction does because Jason Tatum was already putting it. Says, geez, that was rough on it. That was a foul. And he knew it right away.
Yeah, he disliked it because he was really hard on Joel Embiid. That's not a good sign because that is going to be a difficult run with Jason Tatum to keep up.
He's at the free throw line right now, shooting 2 with just about 3:39 remaining in the first half of the period. First free throw sent in for Jason Tatum. And to talk about this one, Jason Tatum was really an epic performance of the superstar player. He's really an excellent motivation to make his dream, to his getaway, to go with a career win in the playoffs. Since their last real game happened here in Game 7, he had 51 points. That was the longest, biggest points in the game. Looking for an MVP for the finals if their team can make a win over Miami Heat. Yeah, it's the next game battle. It is tough, just like they meet last time back in 2022 for last year's postseason. It's not really too much of a complicated, but they are really over it well. Made the shot, good look, but not a clean shot. They've already been losing out there because Melton didn't really start hesitating that much. With a Sunday win, this was happened. Just like Game 7, they win it. Harden up, no Brown. Now Daniel House will take it over with a rebound, finding Milton, going over to Harris, back to Embiid. Embiid trying to stand back clear. Now we'll give it over to Shake Milton to reset on the courtesy floor. Looks over to Milton. Fades a shot, bounce past Embiid. Around Horford. Layup, gives it back. Finds Milton. Milton for the three. Hit off the brim. Brown receiving his third rebound, now going over in the other way to Tatum. Melton on him. Now with the last game win, this was a good call. Celtics win it all, 112-88 over Philadelphia. But they say they want to return again for next season. Yeah, I think most people wanted to say, we want Celtics to win the next game for the finals and be the champions. But they say, why in the world are you going to choose Celtics to win the game? Because the Heat, they want to win badly. They have never won it just like 10 decades. In just a decade here, in 2013, that was the last one they've won in the finals. Yeah, I have to say this. They really are not that epical to make that finishing start. They really wanted to win it again because Jimmy Butler, after LeBron James wins the finals, he's going to have to go out there and win it on our own and have a message to James and Dwayne Wade. Here's White. Oh my! That's Harrell with the block. And three cashes in for Marcus Smart. They're down by 3 and Tyrese Maxey on the inbound. Gives it off to Harrell. Passes to House. Looks to Melton. Trying to give a pass to Harrell. And Mike Muscala takes the block. Sixers still have their possession with the ball. And a great D to keep it going. Timing out here, and now with a new changeup will be McComb Brogdon checking in for Derek White. And for the Sixers, as the new players are coming in, Maxey, Melton, and House are checked out as Melton moves to point guard, and Niang's checked in. Trying to give it off to Melton with a layup, and he will finish it just like that. That's a good finish there. And whoop, and there you go. That was your Mobile One drive for the Sixers to pick up another huge floater. Smart passes to Brogdon. Brogdon on Tyrese Maxey finds Hauser on McDaniels. In the corner, looking at that, and will take the layup here. He has his first bucket down, as right now we're under a minute to go. Sixers are up by 3. Passes to McDaniels. McDaniels looking over again to Melton. Passes to Niang. Niang passes again to McDaniels. McDaniels passes to Maxey. Maxey for the finish. And a double deflection takedown for Mike Muscala. Now back to Hauser for the drive. It's off the rim. Jalen McDaniels receiving another rebound. That will be his first rebound. Melton passes to Maxey. Maxey passes to Melton. Over to McDaniels. Melton. McDaniels to Niang. Over around Williams. It's good. 2 for Niang. Picks him up with his second bucket. It looks like Niang might be going out there. Not for long, but if he does, well, he could have it all potentially given out. Oh, the foul puts up on George Niang. They will get another team foul for Philadelphia. Niang receives his first, and now the Celtics decide to give a two-point try to go down by 3.
Yeah, they're not really well.
They're not in good prosecution. They have to stop putting defenders on them. It's not going to help because you got to stay in bounding and try to give up the run. Don't leave it hanging. It will be too hard to keep it over. Brogdon hits the first free throw down. Now with new changes, as right now PJ Tucker and Harden are checked in. Muscala and Smart checked out on the court. Williams and Pritchard checked in. As right now 2 players are out, as Niang and Melton are checked out. And he will hit the second free throw down by 3. Here's Harden, will deliver it up from the other side of the court. 5 seconds left. Harden with a deep 3, step back, and off the rim. And that will end the first half. 23-22 score. We'll be right back with the second half, but now it's time to go over to Allie LaForce. Hey, Allie.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with Doc Rivers and Coach. You guys came out aggressive in the first half. What stood out to you?
We're getting to the night and making plays. They're a great team as far as rotation, so we just got to make the right passes.
It all starts with attacking the basket. Thanks, Doc.
All right, Allie, thank you. Be right back after this.
To begin the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Hey everybody, welcome back to another game on the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Time to find out what the rival will be in Game 4 of Philadelphia and Boston. What a good amount of the first half in the beginning, as Joel Embiid receiving 2 blocks in his game. Right now they're up by 3. Let's have what your take, dear Son and Peace, on the Sixers. They really are starting to focus out there. They're pushing more into effort. The effortless is counting it a lot much harder than they're taking. They want to get there right away. Now for you there, Meatbone, for Boston. Well, they're starting to give a good run out there. They're just catching up already. But they really seemed like they were just going to keep on messing it up at the defender. All they wanted to do, they wanted to just try to get rid of it. All they did was not a chance. It could be on a difficult run, but we'll keep an eye on them to go with another look. In change, inbounding. And that will do it for now. Time to send you over to Paintbrush and the crew. Time for the post-game show after this game. See you all later. Welcome back to the Wells Fargo Center as we're about to start the third quarter. Here is the greatest legend of the player from the Sixers. We always know Embiid, but the big man of James Harden. I know that James Harden was definitely one of his biggest. From Arizona State and right across from Houston Rockets to Brooklyn Nets, and now he's with the Sixers. He is definitely the legend. I am always proving him to be a superstar. Now it has to be right now with QC filled up by Gatorade, all filled up and ready to go. Jason Tatum is covered up by Tobias Harris. On the other hand, we have his PJ Tucker on Al Horford. Then it's Milton here to cover up here for Jaylen Brown. Joel Embiid on Robert Williams, and Marcus Smart on James Harden. With that part of a drive, that's a lot of enthusiasts to try to put it over. It is true. To be honest on that point, it's not how they were going to do it, but they've really done that a lot. We have a report here from Allie LaForce that he definitely did notice that they're trying to keep pushing it right across from here. They're just not really going for another bigger change up because they really are starting to go over and under it. They're starting to have to go bigger. They have to do another way to go right from the in-between the zones. They lost a lot of points in the last game here in game 1 and 2, but they weren't able to do that one a lot. And they can't be doing this at the right moment if they're going to try to keep it going on the offense. Don't leave it up with the marker. They've got to get this thing over to do it done. Harris and the attacker, good for 2 for Tobias Harris. He finally gets his first bucket. That's a great drive. I never see how this one goes with Tobias Harris. Really well done and professional. Marcus Smart lost the ball. Goes over to Harris on a dual-wide. Harden sends the dunk down. Out Suran, and that goes right through it, and bam, what do you got? That is all what I cared for. James Harden, the beard. just go with that floater. Here's Williams on Embiid. Trying to pass to Arthur in the middle. Up with the 2, and it's rebounded by James Harden. Harden receiving his 4th rebound of the night in the first and second half. And Embiid inside. Harden for the 3. Second three-pointer can't make the mark. They're absolutely out of focus anywhere, but they really can't have it. Embiid with the block. And it looks like that is a tough close call. With one more rejection of Mike Muscala. Here's how he did on the Harrell. That was tough on the angle because of that. Mike Muscala was trying to stop him, put it up and then bounding. That's the secondary I was ever able to see it because Mike Muscala was definitely going for it. They were really up to another good on Falcon. They really are doing a lot much better than they can. Milton's checked in for Milton. Tatum on Tobias Harris with 15 seconds on the shot clock. Trying to go around him with a spin move. And 2-pointers good for Jason Tatum. He has another bucket down. They're down by 5. Here's Harden over to Embiid. Embiid trying to get over to Milton. Milton trying to go right over again to Tucker. Tucker passes to Milton. Free for Harden. That cash money in. That's what Harden really does. Oh, that's stirring up. You know that. You want that? Stir it. That's what they call for. Timeout call by Boston Celtics with only 3:22 remaining. 32-24. They must have been on a great adoption run. They try to lead up and get to it. Well, I say because they noticed that James Harden was already they never know how they're going to get their done. Because of that, they're really on a tough slout to be on a lookout chain. Now you call that a leadoff chain. If you have already with your tickets down, make sure you get to your event. Because this point, all tickets are sold out. And now at this moment, if you're on a live stream and you can't make it, we've got a preparation for you for the live stream coming up here for next month on June 25th, and from 2 months away into New York, it'll be on July 8th. So make sure you watch now anytime you're on your devices. No matter if you're if you're home or away, but you just always stick to the communication. That's what everybody does. Be here as a team. So if you have your tickets, I will see you all later with your meeting of your creators here for part of the BFDI and an anime Sanity experience. Enjoy your show. Now a new substitution on the Boston Celtics. Marcus Smart's checked out as Derek White's checked in. Along with the Sixers, we have another one for you as Tobias Harris is checked over. Going forward as House is checked in. Now that's not where you want to get over this one. It looks like that drive and the dunk really did slam out. I think that was Al Horford, but I don't know if it is. Because that's a hard one that nobody has a goal for to try to keep it over. House back to Milton. For the finish, he's fouled and it's off the rim. Jaylen Brown receiving his foul on Boston, team foul. As right now, Shea Milton at the free throw line shooting 2. Well, they're going over it again. They were doing this so much. At this all time, at this moment, they can't be losing it. They should never be claimed like they were doing it before. They can't let that happen. They can't get over it. Another free throw percentage here are right now coming in for the Sixers. They're trying to add another free throw percentage at the free throw line. Milton hits the first free throw. And right now, as Mike Muscala's checked in, he'll be checking for Robert Williams. He's checked out and now he's replaced. We noticed that the first half was already been a blockout, major on that one. But in most cases, they were saying that Mike Muscala really had done playing his secondary offense to defense. This really turned out well. And the competition how this turned out, in between Robert Williams, they were already been showing it off. Sometimes that Mike Muscala was going to take that one over from the other angle because they were really trying to keep it over it. And because nobody has that in, they're trying to like leave it out. Yeah, I just really would say Mike Muscala was going right over to its next height. Might be your next step. Here's House on Jaylen Brown. Free on the coverage. Milton over White. Step back at the floater up, and a fadeaway shot no good for Milton. Here's Tatum. He's inside now. Watching outside him is Horford. Two-pointer misses. 2 minutes remaining in the third period. 34-26 to score. Embiid passes to Milton. Goes up and over past the House around Muscala. What a great D by Muscala. He's receiving his second rebound of the game. Now Brown back to Harden. Trying to go in the middle. Good deflection here for Harden as Embiid receives his 5th rebound of the night. Showing him love, that's what they say. The process of Embiid does it again. Oh, Embiid! He just had 2 of them dunked down. That jamming was going right through it. Unbelievable. That's a slammer. You gotta keep away from Joel Embiid. Here's White. Passes to Brown. They're down by 10, trying to go over 8, and he got it in there. Jaylen Brown getting another 2-point bucket score. As right now, under a minute to go in the third period. They're trying to keep over with the run and get it right on timing. Here's House on the outside. Bounce past Embiid. Harden swinging over to Tobias Harris. With down to 8 seconds on the shot clock. Harden with the ball. House trying to go with the buzz beater for the shot clock with a 2. Embiid kept it alive. Over Mike Muscala's good. That's another 2-point bucket score. And now he has 6. That's what everybody does. All you care for is keeping the rebound in there. Here's Brown. Trying to put it around it. Good stop by Embiid. He has the 7th rebound of the night. Now back to House. Over again to Harden. Harden on the out in the corner. Gives it past the House, back to Harris. Harris with 10 seconds left. Down back to House. Down to 6 on the shot clock. Milton trying to give it to Harris. Over with the 3. Oh, he made that in timing. Great 3-pointer. He's open releases. And that will end the third quarter. Well, they're saying now, Tobias Harris, you make the 3 before the shot clock expires. That's what they get the game done. And so the Sixers are up with the extension of the run. 41-28. Fourth quarter is next. When we come back, we'll get the finishing lineups to make the currency. You're watching the 2K Sports of the NBA playoffs. Be back for after this. And I hope you enjoyed playing this fest here, and we got the fourth quarter in action, ready to go. It is about that time where we finish it off, and at this moment, this has been a best moment where we're seeing a lot of big shots in the release bin. Now with the courtesy of this lineup, we all started here. Boston Celtics brought some man on the coverage in the offense. Milton, as McCall Brogdon's on him, as Marcus Smart on Tyrese Maxey. Embiid on Robert Williams. And it's PJ Tucker on the other side of the line. And it's PJ Tucker on Grant Williams. And finally, we have this Jaylen Brown over for the other angle as another 2-point slam down. As we have his Butler. Well, I got down calling, but it looks like that Grant Williams was giving up a good run. He said, go ahead, I know what you're thinking, you're going to have to slam that one already. McDaniels passes to Maxey. With 5 minutes remaining, down to 6. Here's McDaniels up at the floater. He gets it back for Embiid. He fouled and bucket one. Robert Williams receives his second personal foul. And Embiid says, I'm coming back in there. Well, that's what they all say. Joel Embiid, he is not
stopping him.
He just gives up in the line to help the team to pull it up in the range. And Boston Celtics down under 5 minutes. They're running out of energy. They're just saying all day happens. They just really couldn't get back into this game. Embiid makes a free throw.
That's what everyone does because Joel Embiid was really up to a FedEx. They're all counting for him.
Smart on Maxey. Goes right over to Grant Williams. PJ Tucker on him. PJ Tucker receiving the screen. Ball loose. We'll have to leave it here and it will turn over with the Sixer man. Robert Williams was the last touch on him and now Harrell is checking in for Joel Embiid. He has been a best player this now, and he is finished for the night. Well, excellent work out there because they say he is authentic on his working ability to try to finish it off. Well done for Joel Embiid to finish the process. Maxey, trying to go around Smart, uses the left hand to pick up a drive. Maxey already been going up to show off here. Up at the floater and does that again. And that was your mobile one drive for Tyrese Maxey and finally received his first bucket of the night. Brogdon on Melton. Screen on Marcus Smart, doubling up on him. And it's rebounded here by Melton. Melton is receiving his first rebound. Melton passes back to PJ Tucker. Decided to go with a different look. Melton trying to look for someone else open. Up and overhead pass to over Robert Williams. That nice D touch here by Robert Williams. Now here's Brown back the other way. Trying to hold up with the screen on the run. Pass to Williams. And Williams gets a one-hand dunk down.
Jaylen Brown.
I guess they were saying that Jaylen Brown was already just giving up to Robert Williams. I mean, come on, man. You should have gone with the alley-oop. He's Melton to the corner. Finds again to Tyrese Maxey with the finish. And he got it down to a jam. That was all I did see. He just had to reach it. Just like he was going to go for it. And he just made that one clear. That's what you could call that Tyrese Maxey a finishing of the drive and pull it in. Floater. Misses. Oh, Harrell got him. Harrell receiving his rebound and Joel Embiid says, that's my block. Well, I don't know if it was. If it was his block, I mean, you could have just answered that one with the call. Here's McDaniels on Jaylen Brown. Finds PJ Tucker for the three. And that will set it in there. 3-pointer for PJ Tucker, he has 7. And McDaniels with the assist. And Brogdon will have to tell his team to have a timeout discussion with 2:27 remaining. That's what everybody does. Leave it up at the mark, and you can definitely do it all over again. Well, as of now, 53-32, the longest range ever. They are just pulling it together. We want that one not to be a shutout loss. We want that to make it clear and get back in the game. As right now, we're coming up for tonight, we have is the Clippers and the Nuggets here back at LA in Crypto.com Arena as they're about to be warming up and ready for reaction to be ready to be on the game in game number 4. And right now, standing by, we will have his nickel along with the crew of test tube, and finally we have his light bulb. They'll be having us here at 10 p.m. to keep you updated for tonight. That'll be on Centerpiece. Time for your New Balance player in the game, James Beard Arden. James Beard Arden just really had to say when he was going to make it. All that delivers him his best moment in the highlight game of Game 4. Now that is one tough reason. You can definitely say the better step ranging can just keep on happening with floating in to finish up.
Tatum right towards the 3-point line. Finds Horford on PJ Tucker. Trying to look for someone else open, and Brown on Tyrese Maxey. The screen on Robert Williams. Move around him, and Embiid! Oh my goodness! He's blocking everywhere. Oh, you never see what Joel Embiid does. He's been perfect here for the blocking of the game for tonight. He is a legendary. He's the beast. Embiid around Williams. Oh, get off of him. Get off of me. That just stands out alone. Joel Embiid with 13 points. He's Smart on Harden. Smart. And block the alley-oop pass by Embiid. He has 4 blocks in a row. Just keep that one out there. If you're going to get that block right away, you're just going to have to deflect it very hard. Just like it happens to John Morant in a regular season game. Harris over Jason Tatum. Rolls in and out, and it's Tatum with the rebound. Nearing down the minute, and here comes Brown. He will scoop it with the left hand in a layup. Jaylen Brown receiving his second bucket of the night. There's about a minute and 15 left in the fourth quarter, and it's been a remarkable run as the team are up and ready to go for the win in this game of the series. PJ Tucker right over it again to Tobias Harris. Steps back over Tatum, and 2-pointer. Just can't believe it how he does. PJ Tucker with the assist. And as right now, they are just extending it, and they're having a great time in Philadelphia. Yeah, I have to agree with you, because the Philadelphia Sixers, they are just astoundable. They're just having a one ridiculous with the Bucks. And just like in Game 4 in overtime, they already won against the Celtics, a 116-115 run. But this time, from here, it may not be the same thing like you always be. PJ Tucker over Al Horford will have to leave it off from the point range as it misses the target. Down to Brown. 20 seconds remaining. Try to leave it off. Foul, and will not get enough to make that one a number 2 to try to get a close game. PJ Tucker receives his foul. And now Jaylen Brown at the free throw line, shooting 2. They're already just shooting it out. Free throws out the free throw line. They have nowhere else to be protected. They got to get this thing quick to make that release. It already been on that one a tough time. Jaylen Brown, it's the first free throw. Now with the last final changes, as right now the coordinate is checked in for Williams. And now with Blake Griffin and Hauser Pritchard are also checked in. It's one of the best this moment here in this range. Cork Boss is checked in as Tyrese Maxey moves over to point guard. His best of this game, nicknaming him one and only. Making of his first California Golden Bears team of this one that happened to be like he was making in College Park. University of California was the last one that he was able to play with his team in the part of the UCLA, but it's not really the same, but they are all setting it out. And that will do it for the end of the game. Your final score, Sixers 57 and Boston 36.
That's what Sixers say. Sixers unite. It's all for Philly win.
And now let's send you over to Allie LaForce for tonight's player of the game. Allie, what do you have?
James, night in and night out, this team comes ready to perform. What does this win say about your collective focus?
We've had that same mentality all year long. You know, whether it's bad record teams or guys getting out the lineups, we've had a mindset all season that this year's going to be special. So, no matter who it is we play, we go out there and try to compete at a high level and win as many games as we can.
It's about you, not the opponent. You got that right. Thanks, James.
All right, Ali, thank you so much. And I'll wrap it up for the halftime in this part of the game of the playoffs. This is Paintbrush along with OJ and Ball Round Pen. Thanks for joining us for another NBA playoffs, and we'll see you all next time. Good night, everybody. Well, folks, that does happen to be here, and they really enjoyed it. But unfortunately, it has already been exited out, and it was a mistake. So, unfortunately, for now, we don't have anything to tell, but we're out of it. Because it just exited too soon and it doesn't help. Well, I guess we'll have to close it for 3-star players of the game. That was me. Sorry, guys, but it just happens right now. Every new season, we always make new changes here and find with the team comparison how they did. Well, let's have your thoughts. So let's get our 3-star players of the game. 3rd star. All right, 3rd star. I will take a closer run to give that one a star. Jaylen Brown. As for this one, he has already been doing a lot of the rebounding of this part. But I say Jason Tatum really done a lot of a great hustling and bounding, and he's just going right over it in between the zones and pressure. That's what everybody really does. They wanted to count for him. They got to bring that one here. A good run to try to stop him down. Now for number 2, me phone going to answer James Harden. He's always got 12 points this game. That is your New Balance player of the game. That was excellent for this guy, and he loves it. And Beardman really does show up like he was doing it all over again. But now, for this part of Game 5, this next one will live on to do it once more to get it done right away. Now for number 1. You take? Well, my take is my guy, Joel Embiid. He's the process and got 4 blocks out of him. What an insane run. And I will always tell you, he also did get 16 points, and that was the longest one that he done it the best. The best one that does count out. They really say, you can't just get rid of him. That's what process is here for. They try to take over your opponents with the offense. And that will do it here for the part of the first game of the doubleheader. Sixers and the Celtics, we'll see them again for the next game, as well as after the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs. Thanks for watching and stay tuned. And we got the next game coming up. We've got the Clippers and Nuggets. If you're tuning us here, we'll be right back with you in just a few moments. If not, then thanks for watching. Peace out, everyone, for a while as the NBA playoffs in 2K Sports Style. This is Son of Beast along with me, phone. Have a great night in the brotherly love Philadelphia and the Boston of Bleed Green. Till next time.
If you don't